Today's request is why most armies don't like K-pop. I guess it's like kind of informative video. I usually won't click this video personally. I love to stay on musical side, but it is a request, so I can't say no. And also maybe it's a chance to have an opinion about why armies don't like K-pop. It seems actually like a very interesting topic. So
Check out my Patreon for blocked or exclusive content, 1-hour video requests, and more. Shout out to all my amazing supporters.
let's go. It's turned
In
on.
2017, BTS started being invited to major American award shows. They were getting nominations for the first time.
First K-pop group to be up for a BBMA nomination.
They were winning every nomination they received.
We still cannot believe that we're standing here on this stage at the Billboard Music Awards.
And even their
Baby
American TV
Jimin.
debut was on a major American award show.
Making their US TV debut, make some noise for BTS!
This came as a surprise to the K-pop music industry and K-pop fans, since things like this haven't really happened since the global success of Gangnam Style in 2012. So you would assume that the K-pop industry and K-pop fans were happy to see a K-pop act getting some recognition once again. But what actually happened was the complete opposite. While Psy had immense popularity in the West in 2012, his musical career was not really seeing much growth in the Western music industry. In America, Gangnam Style was what many call a one-hit wonder. This was not the case with BTS. They were actually getting
Yeah, I want to give an opinion about Psy though, and it's just like a side opinion. Because Psy is very popular when I look at his YouTube views, but in the K-pop community, especially in my local one, I never ever seen a Psy fan. I've seen like a fan for each very small group, but I never seen someone says that like, hey, I'm a Psy fan, or dances to Psy, or plays Psy. I don't know if it's like only my local K-pop fans, or it's just a global thing. I would love to hear your opinion about this. I feel like the fan culture for Psy is different from the typical K-pop fan culture.
was what many call a one-hit wonder. This was not the case with BTS. They were actually getting bigger and bigger with every release. This is why it's really hard to find BTS's Gangnam Style. They don't really have one song that put them on the map, because with every new release, they were getting bigger and bigger. But for many K-pop fans, that was exactly the problem.
Spotify followers. So in 2017 it was almost 2, and in 4 years it's multiplied by 8. Wow. Holy frick.
BTS were becoming mainstream. K-pop wasn't. So the BTS army started being mainly composed of general public and non-K-pop fans. And a year later, in 2018, K-pop fans were done with this. The Korea Herald reported, some K-pop listeners and fans expressed discomfort for the fast-growing BTS fan community. They have claimed that some of the band's army only listen to BTS and show little interest for K-pop in general, leading to a flurry of posts with hashtag Armies Ruin K-pop Party, among many tweets that express discomfort for BTS's growing hashtag.
In response, army, okay, wait a minute. Army members started a wave of posts with Army Independence Day to celebrate their freedom. Some fans posted humorous pictures of their independence army nation, including its history, national flag, passport, and currency. Also featuring internet memes in their posts. Also, these are not the armies that made this. Oh, the K-pop fan, okay. Army ruined K-pop party.
ARMY's ruined K-pop party. Among many tweets that expressed discomfort for BTS's growing fandom, this one became very popular. It said, "The Organization of the United K-Poppers declares the ARMY expelled as of today. Thanks to ARMY for..."
Oh my god, why I find this so funny? Expelled? How do you expel someone from, like, wow.
Of the United K-Poppers declares the ARMY expelled as of today. Thanks to ARMY for understanding the situation and accepting its level degradation in a good way. Even though they are now at a lower level, the K-pop community wishes them luck and hopefully they will regain their humility and conscience. So after being expelled by the K-pop community, ARMYs started celebrating...
Yeah, like the word how do you, it's not like there is some physical contract to expel. How do you expel a fandom? It's weird.
The ARMY Independence Day as a funny way to respond to all the jealousy from K-pop. ARMYs started celebrating the
Independence Day. Army Independence Day. In the 14th of October, we celebrated our freedom from the oppressed K-poppy, a new word for me, world, in 2018. They ridiculed and mocked us for years, calling us toxic and okay. And finally, it was enough. Now we have our own continent. What can do say? President Kim Namjoon. Okay, government house, the purple house, trademark color purple. Nation anthem, Moto Bore. Mission, break records, make another history. Fly even higher. Vision, dominate the world. Army Independence Day is the only holiday that matters, and K-pop can stay pressed. Okay.
ARMY Independence Day as a funny way to respond to all the community. ARMYs started celebrating the ARMY Independence Day as a funny way.
Is this like they printed a real thing or AI? Wow, I'm flag, okay. Yo, this is getting crazy.
To respond to all the jealousy from K-pop fans and their attempt to stop BTS.
Yo, the memes, bro, these are so creative.
From becoming mainstream in the West. Now, many K-pop fans are trying to backtrack and say that this was a random account and not a real organization, and that whether we like it or not, ARMYs are also K-pop fans, since BTS is a K-pop group. And first of all, of course this is not a real organization, since BTS is a...
Yeah, I love this statement. BTS is a K-pop group, yeah.
K-pop group. And first of all, of course this is not a real organization. It's Twitter. Nothing is real, especially when it comes to K-pop stans. But these and many other tweets show K-pop fans' goal to exclude BTS. The expulsion may not be real.
But like, wait a minute.
Since BTS is a K-pop group. And first of all, of course this is ARMY and say that this was a...
What are the requirements to create an organization? Legal entity. Okay, we're starting. Yeah, this is yeah, I feel like the account checks purpose, name, members, but I don't think it checks constitution and bylaws. A legal registration.
And not a real organization, and that whether we like it or not, ARMYs are also K-pop fans, since BTS is a K-pop group. And first of all, of course this is not a real organization. It's Twitter. Nothing is real, especially when it comes to K-pop stans. But these and many other tweets show K-pop fans' goal to exclude BTS. The expulsion may not be real, but the attempt of humiliation and exclusion was. The problem that many K-pop fans didn't realize was that BTS can perfectly sustain itself as a musical act in the music industry, and this is something that only they can do. I can't think of any other K-pop act that can sustain itself as a group without the power of the K-pop industry. This makes much more sense knowing that BTS BTS grew without the help of the K-pop industry. They grew much more sense that can sustain itself.
A K-pop act can sustain itself as a group without the power of the K-pop industry. Meaning, like, that promotes without the name K-pop, like promotes just like any other global artist.
As a group without the power of the K-pop industry. This makes much more sense knowing that BTS
I really didn't understand what is a K-pop industry. Is it like the fans or the companies?
grew without the help of the K-pop industry. They grew bigger and bigger by experimenting with their own promotion methods, despite the K-pop industry's efforts to cut them from broadcasts, fabricating controversies, sabotage the K-pop industry's efforts to cut them.
SBS cut BTS from broadcasts, replaced them with another act last minute. Why they didn't put the year here? All artists had left, the stage was unclean, lights were turned off, they were already in casual clothes, but BTS performed for ARMY despite it all. Is this the same one as the debut? Because in the guide of BTS, I read or they mentioned that BTS didn't get like a full time of their performance, but I don't know if it's the same one or if it's a second time. That's crazy.
From broadcasts, fabricating controversy.
Reporter under fire for asking BTS an inappropriate question during press conference, and here they look like after they became popular and they still got this incident, which is crazy.
Sabotaging every award they won.
SM, okay, NYG. I know SM, right? It's the company, so I guess YG is another company. Boycott MAMA and their stand loud about how MMA will flop this year. Then it turned to be triple views than last year. Oh, because BTS performed? Oh, I was okay. Okay, that's
and
good.
downplaying their achievements, even until this day.
정도 보도가 돼요. 그러면 우리가 흔히 알고 있는 소위 대형 기획사의 아이돌이 그것보다 사실은 못 미치는 어떤 활약을 보였을 때 미디어에 보도되는 양이나 그 커버되는 범위를 보시면 확연히 차이가 납니다. 이번 그래미 같은 경우 어떻게 들어가냐면 주요 부문에서 등극에 실패했다라고 한다든지.
장르도 그래미 후보에 올랐다고 하지.
And it's true that K-pop as a whole has grown a lot since 2017, but that was the consequence of BTS's popularity. The K-pop wave doesn't really exist. Just look at any articles that explain the global phenomenon that is K-pop and laugh a little. They usually show achievements like this. This one shows the Korean acts
To earn at least 2 billion streams each on Spotify.
to earn at least 2
BTS, Blackpink, I don't know that, EXO, Stray Kids, cool. But BTS is number one, right? Or they all earn 2 billion.
billion streams in Spotify. And the way it's put makes you believe that these are the biggest acts in K-pop, when in reality, when you combine the 4 biggest acts, it's still not enough to surpass BTS.
Yo, yo, they soloed 4 groups. Wow, and this is like more than 60%, I guess.
But what if you combine the 8 biggest acts? Yes. But what if you combine the 10 biggest acts? Then BTS increases even more because their solo careers are also bigger than K-pop. Actually, in general terms, if you combine the whole K-pop industry's achievement,
Oh. Why there's Squid Game here?
BTS is still bigger. They are still bigger when it comes to streams, sales. Achievements, BTS is still bigger. They are still bigger when it comes to
So 21.3 billion for BTS. while a total of 5 groups is 15, so it's similar to the previous one we saw.
Streams, sales, charts, and tours. Another thing that the media says a lot is that yes, BTS is the biggest act, but this other group is number 2 and they are also doing pretty well. But in reality, they are extremely far from.
Oh, Suga. Isn't Suga should be added to this side? Or it's a separate one? I feel like it should be included. Right?
From number 1. K-pop success in the West is not K-pop success, it's BTS's success. It's like this meme that says Kobe Bryant and Kwame Brown combined for 63 points. Kobe scored 62, Kwame scored 1. And I think this makes things clearer. This player started scoring so many points that fans of the team got annoyed and jealous that everyone was paying attention to the player and not to the team. So they kicked the player out of the team without realizing that that affects the team more than it affects the player. This is why they backtracked and started promoting the player's achievements as the team's achievements, when the other player's contributions are almost non-existent. Now, the main question is why? Why is the Western general public paying attention to only BTS and not K-pop as a whole? This K-pop journalist has the same question as to why no one pays attention to her K-pop articles. She tweeted, "My issue with K-pop today is that less and less people care about it as a whole, and instead only care about 1 or 2 groups, which makes writing about the industry increasingly difficult. Everyone lives in their own bubble and doesn't even want to know more. There seems to be a huge misunderstanding too. So many people think that being a fan means you need to consume all the content and know all the members' biography and have every single album, when you don't. You can just listen to a song and enjoy it. You don't even need to call yourself a fan, but just trying to listen to new stuff sometimes. Having curiosity about it is cool, it's refreshing. You might find your new favorite band, who knows?" And I think most people will totally agree with.
I love this. I love the wording of this because I always get criticized by my friends because I don't have 4 cars. I don't know my bike's birthday, or I don't know every name of every group I love. And I just try to explain them that it's just insane for me to know every name or every detail. I just love the music, but they never agree. They just say I'm kind of a lazy K-pop
It's refreshing. You might find your new favorite band, who knows? And I think most people will totally agree with this, except that K-pop doesn't really work like that, because K-pop is not a genre, it's an industry. And it's an industry that has so many common factors that attract many people that will eventually become K-pop fans. But none of these factors include music. When a hip-hop journalist, for example, writes about hip-hop artists, the articles are usually targeted at hip-hop fans. And these hip-hop fans care about hip-hop as a whole, because it's one particular genre they enjoy. They may also have their own favorite K-pop artist, but since they like the genre, they also listen to other artists that have a similar sound. And this can happen with other genres of music as well. But K-pop fails to transform the general public into K-pop fans because K-pop's priority is not music.
What? Oh my god, it's getting wild.
In K-pop, singers, rappers, or performers are not called artists or recording artists. They are called idols, and they were literally seen as that. Before BTS, writing and producing your own songs was not a thing in K-pop. It was all about visuals, how the idol looks, how the music songs was not a thing. The idol looks, how the music video looks, what kind of reputation the idol has, the further from a regular person with regular lives who actually put on hours of work on their music, the better. This is why K-pop acts are not known for having a musical personality. They are either stuck at one song or jumping from one concept to another, with no real message in any of their eras. Musical and artistic growth are very hard to find.
Damn, they're eating them, bro. Also, the visual thing can be very... cannot make sense for someone if not a K-pop fan, because how would you love someone because they look cute or something? Well, the thing they should be giving you is music.
K-pop. And this is not
So,
about
yeah.
being a versatile artist or not. There are artists who release many genres of music, BTS being the most popular example these days. But to successfully show this versatility, the artist still needs some factors that make them them. And this can be as simple as the artist's musical taste. However, that's another thing they lack, because their songs are not only written and produced by other people, but also they don't even choose the songs that will be part of their discography. The labels are the ones who give the performers an artistic identity that they have to adapt to. If I show you the most popular K-pop songs from this year or from any other year, you wouldn't really be able to tell which group they are from, because K-pop groups don't really have any artistic identity. On the other hand, BTS's label told them, you find your own identity. This is why BTS's discography always reflected. BTS's label told them, K-pop groups don't really have another year you have to adapt to. If I
show you the most popular K-pop songs from this year or from any other
show
year,
you the most popular K-pop songs from this year or from any other year, you wouldn't really
be able to tell which group they are.
be able to tell which group they are from, because K-pop groups don't really have any
artistic identity. Like,
hand, BTS's label told them, you find your own identity. This is why BTS's discography always reflected their lives and their thoughts. And even when the BTS members don't write.
okay, let's see. So the first era, I would say school. Yeah, I remember the name of the album was Too Cool for School. Yeah. Transition to adulthood. Okay. Youth. I guess here was like I Need You, right? The next phase is self-acceptance, artistic identity, and then, oh, the COVID one, legacy. Ooh, I love how chronologically this is going.
Or produce a song, they are the ones deciding what they like and what fits them, not the other way around.
Armies are music fans.
I think one reason as to why BTS attracts the general public while K-pop doesn't is the fact that to become a BTS fan, you only need to listen to the music. Other factors like performance, visuals, and message only solidifies BTS's artistry. But still, if one day BTS suddenly becomes ugly or decides to not dance anymore, their music is still strong enough to be performed and listened to for many years to come. So to be a BTS fan, you just need to like the music. But to be a K-pop,
yeah, because no matter what we keep saying, yeah, we love the music, there's always be some people in the world that love them because they are cute, and they can't just not exist. They will be there forever.
for many years to come. So to be a BTS fan, you just need to like the music. But to be a K-pop fan, you need to be a fan of an industry. And what does this industry include? It includes pretty people, a choreographed dance, a concept that they will throw away after a month or two, 3 mini albums a year, flashy music videos, and trendy outfits. And all of these things are really cool things to pay attention to. I love paying attention to visuals and outfits. But if I don't like the music, mini albums a year, a choreographed, a fan of an BTS fan, you just need to like the music. But
to be a K-pop fan, you need to be a fan of an industry.
to be a K-pop fan, you need to be a fan of an industry. And what does this industry include? It includes pretty
choreographed dance, a concept. But I am a BTS fan and I love their outfits, their choreograph.
people, a choreographed dance, a concept that they will throw away after a month or two, 3 mini albums a year, flashy music videos, and trendy outfits. And all of these things are really cool things to...
Like, literally what I understood, that this statement makes me not an ARMY. It makes me a K-pop fan because I love their choreography, their outfit, their looks, and their music.
Pay attention to. I love paying attention to visuals and outfits, but if I don't like the music, watching their performance once is all I'm going to do. And actually, I would say K-pop fans agree with me, because K-pop music videos and live performances with pre-recorded vocals can end up having millions and billions of
K-pop music videos and live performances with pre-recorded vocals.
And live performances with pre-recorded vocals can end up having millions and be focused on the music. It doesn't happen with BTS. If they have a billion views in a music video, the number of streams of this same song.
Wow, so yeah, okay, so at this point makes sense now. So yeah, the armies, yeah, listen to the music itself, not only the music video that has visual. Okay, I'm kind of convinced with this fact, yeah, because I believe in statistics and this shows that it's very different from the other K-pop.
Matches the number of music video views. People don't only want to see them dance or perform, they actually want to listen to their music.
Army's close, okay. I would like to know.
This same K-pop journalist said, I feel like the concept of enjoying music for the music is getting lost. And now people either are huge fans of one thing or they don't care at all. They won't even bother to try listening. So how can we write if people aren't open to read about things they don't know? About this, two things come to mind. First, let's say that this person is right and certain fandoms like ARMY are huge fans of one thing, in this case BTS, and we don't really care at all about anyone else. If this was the case, then what is really the problem with that? And why are K-pop journalists complaining about this? Why do music journalists don't care when this happens in other genres? I don't know how I came up with this, but do you remember when Justin Bieber became popular and everyone was asking his fans to please check out every other Canadian pop artist? Well, of course you don't remember because it didn't happen. Justin Bieber's success was Justin Bieber's success, and no one expects Justin Bieber fans to also be interested in Drake or The Weeknd because they have nothing in common, except from their nationality. So what about artists who do release similar music? Still, you will never see a journalist that covers American pop asking Ariana Grande fans why they only pay attention to Ariana and not other pop singers. Being a fan of an artist is not a group project. Just because I like one artist doesn't mean that I have to like other artists that are associated with them.
So of course, my opinion about this is that no one can force anyone to love something, because if you want to love just BTS, you're free. So this narrative of why you don't like other K-pop groups should be just dropped, because it doesn't make any sense to tell someone what they like and what not.
The second thing I wanted to say about this is that it's not even true. This is only a what if scenario, because most armies were previously fans of other genres of music, or music in general. Like I said, armies are mainly composed of the general public, and as BTS grew, K-pop grew too. This is because the assumption is that if BTS is part of this particular industry and they are amazing, then the whole industry, or at least many other acts from this industry, are as amazing, right? This is the moment when most armies start realizing that BTS is an anomaly in K-pop. Armies do give other groups a chance, but if they don't like the music, then there really isn't a reason to become a fan. It's more common for armies to like individual K-pop songs without becoming a fan of the group, because like I said, K-pop usually goes through eras and concepts instead of growing as artists and solidifying a musical identity. This army responded to the K-pop journalist. Lately, I've been listening to a lot of Doja Cat. Found this really good band called Bad Omens. Fuji Cass's viral song is also really good. New Jeans, The Weeknd, yet you're going to complain people don't care about music because you're not getting clicks on your K-pop articles. Armies tend to be music fans and they are going to support what they like, and that includes acts from any genre of their preference, Western acts, K-pop acts, and also other Korean non-K-pop acts like BTS.
Korean pop versus K-pop? I thought K-pop means Korean pop.
Another thing I've seen a lot is K-pop fans accusing armies of hating Koreans because we are trying to exclude BTS from their Korean roots and identity. And that is an insane take, because K-pop is not a culture. It's an industry that doesn't really represent Korean values or culture. This is why Korean citizens separate K-pop, or what they call idol music, with Korean music. They even separate Korean pop with K-pop.
So basically the K-pop is linked to the idol industry. Pop music from Korea. It can be other genres. Yeah, yeah.
They group artists like BTS, IU, Lee Young-won, Yuna, and Haze under the K-pop label simply because they are Korean. ARMYs and other music fans who understand the difference don't really consider BTS as K-pop because they don't really follow many of the K-pop rules or fit into the K-pop structure. Some of these artists, like BTS, may participate in some K-pop shows, but they are way too involved in their music composition and have way too many artistic liberties to be considered part of K-pop. BTS's actual competition in South Korea are other Korean.
Honestly, I wish they still perform in K-pop shows because I enjoy that. Or they perform live. That's what I mean, because live performances are good.
Non-K-pop acts who are usually called digital monsters. So no, saying BTS is not K-pop is not being anti-Korean.
Conclusion.
I think this response to the K-pop journalist summarizes it perfectly. My issue with K-pop fans are how they treat music fandom as a group project and fetishize Koreans instead of treating them as individual artists. K-pop has very little in common musically between groups. There's no reason there should be fan crossover. What does K-pop actually sound like that you're a fan of all the artists? And why aren't you exploring non-Korean artists that do or invent those genres if it's not about them being Korean and it's about the music? The reason things are different from what you, K-pop fans, remember is that BTS are mainstream, so they have music fans and not niche fans. And music fans don't treat music artists like group projects because they are fans of individual music. In conclusion, if you like music, listen to BTS. Chances are you're going to love them. And I think I repeat this in all of my videos, but don't assume. Don't assume BTS is just K-pop. Don't assume their biggest and only talent is dancing. And don't assume they only release meaningless pop music. Assume their biggest and only talent is dancing. And don't assume they only release meaningless pop music. BTS's fandom is composed of listeners of different genres of music because they release different genres of music. There's BTS music for everyone. You just need to be a little open-minded and explore the world of BTS's discography and artistry.
Yo, that was a interesting video. So you are watching this video, you're an ARMY, so do you think BTS is not K-pop? And if I say that BTS is K-pop, would you say I'm not an ARMY?